Father Craig, it is a pleasure to be here today celebrating this wonderful event with you all. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today with my longtime great friend Jordan. In fact, I think of Jordan and all the supports every 4th of July weekend. I've been lucky enough to have spent a few past 4th of July weekends with the support family at their annual holiday get-together at their cabin in Minnesota. I couldn't be more thrilled to be reunited this Independence Day weekend with Jordan and his family. And it is certainly a delight to be here today with Krista to celebrate her wedding day with her family and her friends. In fact, just being up here with Krista and Father Craig brings back some good memories. Krista and Father Craig and I worked together in New Orleans at Bishop Perry Middle School. Father Craig was the president of Bishop Perry, while Krista spent a year there working very hard, serving as a full-time AmeriCorps volunteer. Krista and Father Craig worked together in the administrative office up on the 3rd floor. And I can remember every now and again when Father Craig would be out at a meeting, I would sneak up to the office to take a little break and hang out with Krista and some of the other volunteers. I can remember early on in the year, in the middle of conversations about the school or the students, Krista would interject with phrases like, "Tell me more about your friend Jordan." I, of course, would remind Krista that now is not the time for such talk. We are here to serve. The underprivileged, let's talk more about that. To this she would reply, "What's Jordan's favorite movie?" Again, I, Krista, how can we empower these children to better their lives? What kind of food does Jordan like to eat? It was then I knew that Krista's friendship with Jordan was something a little bit more special. Working with Krista and getting to know her was such a treat, not just because she's great, kind, and fun, because I got to know a person who is a perfect complement for Jordan. Now, I know Jordan for a very, very long time, and let's face it, he's not your average guy by any stretch of the imagination. And that's what we love about him. I've never met anyone so energized, so vibrant, so engrossed by shiny objects and email. Jordan and I spent a lot of time together over the years. We've navigated the rapid rivers of northern Minnesota. We've scaled the mountains of central Utah, and Jordan has perfected the art of beating me at every video game known to man. I bring this up because John's Gospel today talks about what it means to be a friend. Jordan has been a tremendous friend to me for many years, and whenever I'm with Jordan and Krista, I see all the true and pure qualities of friendship brought out between the two of them. I believe their pure and honest friendship will be the cornerstone of their marriage. I remember once in high school, Jordan and I had a long discussion about marriage. We had come up with the perfect plan. We were going to marry either a wealthy doctor or a lawyer so we could not work, stay home, golf, and watch Oprah. Something tells me it's not exactly going to work out as we had planned. So our idea of marriage we were living it off. So then what exactly is marriage? When I was in graduate school studying the sacrament of matrimony, I specifically remember our class discussion on marriage. It began with an open discussion attempting to define what marriage is. I remember it because it drug on for a long, long time, simply because marriage is not easy to sum up in one concise way. And while everyone had their own thoughts, a central theme began to evolve, that marriage should be a reflection of Christ's love. The church tells us that marriage is a sacrament by which two people are united for life in a covenantal relationship modeled on the union of Christ and the church. It can be easy to forget that we have the best model we could ask for in marriage, Christ's love. That's a beautiful thing, and it's why we are gathered here today from around the country, why we have come to celebrate with Krista and Jordan this wonderful sacrament of marriage. Christ taught us not to love someone because of who they are, but to love someone because of who Christ taught us to take the love God has given us as He gave it away. For Krista and Jordan's marriage to be truly wonderful, they need to understand what it's like to love like Christ loves. That's a very difficult concept to grasp. However, I would argue that whether they realize it or not, Krista and Jordan already know quite well what it means to love like Christ loves. Krista and Jordan met because somewhere along the path of life, they decided to act on their values. The values of their parents, the values that St. John's and St. Mark's had instilled on them. They met because they decided to live out Christ's call to serve others. And while they were in the world serving less fortunate, they learned to love like Christ loves. Working as a full-time volunteer in the impoverished city of New Orleans was not easy. When we would come home at night, Jordan and I would share with each other the events of the day over an intense yet stress-relieving game of ping pong. I don't ever remember hearing about how easy it was. Oh, corralling 37-year-olds doing something constructive. Not that easy. Getting 30-some freshmen to do algebra? That's not very easy either. No, it wasn't easy, but it needed to be done, and Jordan did it. And along the way, he learned to love like Christ loves. As if working with middle school children, 10 hours a day, every day, all year, isn't enough to drive someone insane. Krista not only did it with a smile, but on top of it, coordinated a summer school program to help the same year even more. This arduous, non-paying process. Through this, Krista learned to love like Christ loves. Krista and Jordan have learned that to love like Christ, it takes effort, cooperation, hard work, determination. It's these qualities and characteristics that it take into their marriage. It's this kind of love that makes this evening today so special. It's this kind of love that we have all come here today to celebrate Krista and Jordan. You see, it's vital for Krista and Jordan to remember this kind of love, because marriage is a journey, highs and lows. You can trust me, I know. I'm married for 1 month now. Tomorrow. And then already do I know the ups and downs of this union we call marriage. It reminds me of the story of a man, a good man, a man who was a devout husband, who had an interesting encounter with God. One day this man was approached by God himself. God begins to tell the man how very pleased he was with him. God said, "You have been a great person, virtuous, kind, caring in many ways. I would like to reward you with something." God continued, "Is there anything I can do for you? Anything you wish?" The man thought about it for a while. And he said, "You know what would be great, God? You could build a highway from New England out to Bermuda, so I could drive out there whenever I want to." God said, "Whoa, that's way too difficult. A highway to Bermuda? I mean, think of the manpower and the materials necessary for such a feat. That's a little too difficult. Let's try to be a little bit more realistic. Can you? Perhaps you have something else, something a little bit more attainable that you can wish for." So the man thought some more. He said, "All right, God, what I would really like is to truly understand my wife, to know what she is thinking, to understand why she does things, to really know what's going on inside of her head." To this, God replied, "Do you want that highway 2 lanes or 4 lanes?" Certainly, marriage brings with it challenges. That's what makes all the effort to love like Christ loves necessary and worth it. Krista and Jordan coming together to make a covenant to share their lives with each other is such a wonderful and joyous event. It is truly a celebration, and we, your friends and your family, are honored and elated to be here today to celebrate with you. God bless you both.